Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to use one line of code to create beautiful data visualizations in Python. So this is targeted for people who use matplotlib and still want to use matplotlib but want to make the presentation of their plots a lot nicer. So there's just one line of code that will do this, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So we're going to begin with a data set, just a very simple data set. This has Airbnb listings. So here we see every row is just one listing in the city of Washington, D.C. It just has info on their neighborhood, how many it accommodates, and the price. So here is a default box plot. I have used the Seaborn library, but it has not changed the actual plotting settings. So this is sort of the default plot that you'll see. It looks okay, it's fine. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. This is a box plot, by neighborhood and also split by the number that it accommodates. And then you can see here a lot of useful information, but that's not the purpose. The purpose here is to show you how we can change the visualization very quickly using a single function. And this is what the Seaborn library's set theme function. So you need to, first of all, import Seaborn. You don't have to use Seaborn plotting functions, by the way. You can use matplotlib plotting functions as well, but it is this set theme function. You can call it without any arguments, just like this. And what it will do is it will use the dark grid style and this deep color palette. So there are many styles you can use, many different color palettes as well. And you'll see the result just after calling this one function. We have a fairly different view of our graph. So we have this axis lines, we have a different background color, we have slightly different colors of the actual bars themselves. We have different tick marks over here and so forth. So it is a different visual representation of the plot, and in my opinion it is quite a bit nicer. So this will automatically set those styles and palettes for you. Now so that is the trick. It is with this set theme function. So you can actually customize the set theme function by setting some of the run configuration settings of matplotlib. If you're not familiar with those, I do have a link in the description. So here is this matplotlib run configuration settings. There's something like 300 different settings that you can set. And that's what Seaborn is doing with set theme. It's actually setting many of these settings so that it'll make the plot look like this. In this case, I am specifically changing the DPI. This is dots per square inch to 150. By default, it is 100. This will make it a little bit clearer image. I'm also changing the figure size to make it actually a little bit smaller than what the default is. And you can set all sorts of figures or settings in here. So here is the same exact plot with this new setting. So you can see the picture is larger and sharper, but the font is a little bit too large. So Seaborn actually provides this font scale parameter, which you can set. By default, it is 1, and this will scale down the font for you if you do increase the DPI like I have done to a more reasonable amount. So here's sort of the final setting that I can use for my plots. Yours might be different based on your monitor settings and what your actual DPI is for your particular monitor. So you can play around with this number to get a nicer setting. You can also, in this set theme function, is change the style and the palette. So here I'm using a white grid instead of the default dark grid. I'm using pastel colors. So you can see this white grid is a little bit different. The RC settings and the font scale remain the same. And this is, again, it's just the same exact plot. All right, so that does it. The one line of code is just set theme, which you can call without any arguments at all. It will work just fine, and you'll get in my opinion, a nicer setting for your plots. If you like this tip, then you'll enjoy my comprehensive textbooks on Python, data science, and machine learning, which you can find on my website, dunderdata.com.